Sometimes you see a product or a trailer and you just know you want it. No, you need it. And for me it was the case with this little clip over here. It just checks all the important boxes for the game. It shows you Star Wars atmosphere, has beautiful landscapes that look like Tatooine, and it has these amazing creatures. This, guys, is not just a game. It's also a passion project. And it is more than just your normal Star Wars Battlefront. It is more than PlanetSide. This, guys, goes above and beyond all your expectations. We're not just talking about one planet. We're talking about interstellar warfare. And guys, this game is made by the grandfather of gaming, Mr. Chris Roberts, responsible for the Wing Commander games. Do expect spectacular space fights as well. But guys, this is not just a single player game. This is going to be a massive multiplayer game, and it's still in development. What if I would say you that this trailer is from 2016, and right now in 2019, we're still waiting for the final product. This, guys, is Star Citizen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Faye1 as usual. And as you might know, I am a sucker for promising, amazing, enormous sci-fi games. And yes, Star Citizen is definitely one that fits on that list. Before we talk about the current state of the game, how is it in 2019, I briefly want to bring up the history of Star Citizen. Where did it all start? Allegedly, the earliest development all started in 2011. It was the idea of Chris Roberts to at least partly crowdfund the whole development of Star Citizen, and therefore Crowd Imperium Games, or CIG, was born in 2011 to prepare for that crowdfunding phase. So they made some models, some assets, and even a few demos, so they at least could sell more than just an empty promise during the Kickstarter phase. That Kickstarter phase started in 2012, when first they started their own website with the crowdfunding, Robert Space Industries, but also they went active on Kickstarter. To say that the Kickstarter was successful will be an understatement, because Star Citizen raised more money than every other video game on Kickstarter combined in 2017. So that's completely crazy if you think about it. The original project goals for Star Citizen were rather modest, but with the more money they got, the more stretch goals unlocked. With all the new stretch goals, so many more features were added than originally planned for the game. And just to give you one example, at 6 million euros or dollars, Star Citizen promised to launch with 100 star systems. And just to give you an idea, working on one star system, like a solar system, that's already quite ambitious, but doing 100 of those, well, good luck CIG. Anyways, that Kickstarter ended with more than 2 million euros pledged, which is quite a lot for a crowdfunding game. But if you go look to 2019, that amount of money has been crushed, completely crushed. If you go look right now at the current funding, there has been funds raised for 239 million euros, and there are over 2 million Star Citizens as well. With that kind of financial support, no publisher was needed, so no EA Games, no Ubisoft. Cloud Imperium Games is doing it all by themselves. Luckily also, with that money, they were also able to build up multiple game studios around the world. And right now, give or take, more than 400 employees are working full-time on Star Citizen. But wait a minute, Faber, you're saying to me that they're busy since 2011, they got 400 employees, it is 2019 right now. Where is the game? Where is the game? And, well, like I mentioned, it is in development, but luckily, you're able to play it right now, partly. There's an ongoing alpha which is updating constantly, so you're able to test out all the latest features yourself, which makes it really transparent during development. But I do also need to say the following: while it might seem to take a really long time to actually develop the game, it is actually kind of normal for a good game to develop for a long time. And also do take into account that Chris Roberts did start in 2011, but of course, doing a Kickstart, crowdfunding a game, starting a company, starting Cloud Imperium Games and building it up to the current size it is right now, that takes a lot of work as well. So people say to me that, well, Faber, it took around 2 years to actually build up the company. So let's say development started in 2014. That's only 5 years ago. And with a game with this scope, these amount of features, it is really normal to be that long in development. If you also think that's normal, that's up to you. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. But for now, Star Citizen is a quite big game, and I want to go back to the features. What kind of game is Star Citizen really? What are we playing? I think the best description for Star Citizen will be Space Sim. That's also how Chris Roberts just keeps selling it. It's a space simulator. You can do whatever you want in the game. It's a big sandbox, and if you want to be the full-on foot soldier, I think you can be that. If you want to be the full-on space fighter, you can be that. And even if you want to be the bartender on the luxury ships, you can be that. This game offers so much freedom, but I also do think that's one of the dangers. Often in these games you need to find your own fun, and I do think it's really important that the game offers enough gameplay features, gameplay loops, and in the last few patches they have added more and more gameplay loops. Currently, Star Citizen exists out of 3 game modules. We got the Persistent Universe, we got Arena Commander, and we got Star Marine. The Persistent Universe is the big MMO area where you can play with your friends and you can do whatever you want. It's the open world. And Arena Commander though is the place where you can do all your dogfighting, your spaceship racing. And finally, Star Marine is the place for your FPS combat. Arena Commander and Star Marine give you a little bit of a taste of how Star Citizen should be, and they've been added earlier in game development, but the Persistent Universe is there to show how Star Citizen should be in the end. Unfortunately, the Persistent Universe is not yet as persistent as you want it to be. You have to remember that Star Citizen is still in an alpha state, and every time they want to push new technology, new stuff to the live servers, all the current progression will be wiped. So you won't keep your alpha UEC, that is the currency in game, nor any board ships or range ships or anything like weapons in game. That is not the only issue of being an alpha game right now. What you will encounter quite a lot are bugs in the game, because they're still working on the game and they smash bugs as they go, but also, and I think it's the most important right now, and that is that performance in the game is utterly trash, unfortunately. Performance optimization is typically something that happens in the end of a game development cycle and not while doing it. So currently you will note a lot of FPS drops, and just in general running the game is really hard. The current minimum requirements for Star Citizen are as follows. You need a GPU with 2 gigs of memory, a quad-core CPU, 16 gigs of RAM, and also an SSD. I do want to give a disclaimer though. This game is still in active development, and as technology progresses, it might be that also the minimum requirements might shift upwards. For example, right now AMD is pushing more and more cores and more threads. So it might be that they get the tech working with more multi-threading, and therefore they might push up the tech a little bit to get performance where they want it to be. And mind you, even if you got an i9 and a 2080 Ti from Nvidia, you still won't get perfect performance. Even then you have the occasional frame drops, so do not expect the same performance from a already finished game right now in 2019. Unfortunately, the game is not really accessible to everyone, but personally, as a part of the PC master race and a lover of hardware myself, I like the fact that CIG tries to push the boundaries of tech. And the last time I had that was with Crysis. Crysis was for a large audience just not runnable. It did deliver though on the next gen experience. Even now in 2019, Crysis does look crisp. And I think they want to reach for the same with Star Citizen. Star Citizen is a project that wants to run for years and years. A bit like, for example, World of Warcraft. Maybe even after launch, after 10 years, people will still be playing Star Citizen. And even then, people have to say, hey, this game looks fine. The other question I see a lot, will this game go to console? Well, Mr. Chris Roberts is also a PC gamer mainly, so right now the game is aimed towards the PC platform, and also as a very social game with, for example, a text chat. That makes sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if in the future they might also head into the console market. We will see though. Before the game will ever come to console, CIG needs to deliver on a few different aspects. First and foremost, there will be a single player game in the Star Citizen universe called Squadron 42. Squadron 42 should deliver on some amazing storylines within the universe and works with multiple chapters. One of the cool things to note about Squadron 42 is that CIG works together with multiple Hollywood actors to work on the animations but also the voice lines. One of the actors that worked on Squadron 42 that you might know from Star Wars is called Mark Hamill. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, they are taking production value of Squadron 42 quite seriously. Then the big question of course is, when can we expect Squadron 42? My personal expectations are somewhere around 2021. That does sound like quite a while from now. What is taking them so long? The main thing over here is that CIG is still working on tech to actually deliver on the project. One of the major things that still need to be developed are, for example, the server-side object container streaming or the server meshing. Those things are getting closer and closer to be revealed or released, however though, they are still core techs. So then the real big question is, when is Star Citizen itself releasing? That is for me really hard to answer. If they really want to deliver on those 100 star systems, then guys, it might still take a while. Luckily, in the meanwhile, while we're waiting for the actual release, we can play around in the persistent universe, and right now it is patch 3.7.1, and this is the perfect time to try out the game if you haven't done so. At the moment, as this video releases, there's a free fly week where you can try out 5 different vehicles, but do not forget to get a kickstart by using my referral code in the description down below. If you use that code or any other code, you will get 5000 Alpha UEC for free, so you will have a bit of an easier beginning when you start with the game. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, these are really exciting times if you are a fan of Star Citizen, especially because also CitizenCon 2019 is coming soon. Traditionally, CIG reveals a lot of new stuff during CitizenCon, so if you want to stay up to date with more news about Star Citizen, then do not forget to press that big red subscribe button down below. And otherwise guys, do check me out during my journey in Star Citizen on twitch.tv/Faber1. But that's it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. Do let me know in the comments down below what you think about Star Citizen. Do you think it's worth the wait? Do you think it's a scam? Let me know, I will read all of the comments down below. But that's me, that's Faber1, and I will see you soon with some more content.